Welcome, I'll be reacting to 300. All I know about this is that it's a highly fictional version of the Battle of Thermopylae. I will admit, I don't know a whole lot about that battle because I am a Salamis fan. Themistocles is my guy. Like, if I could go back in time and meet one person, it would be Themistocles. As an art student, every semester you had to do this massive final project in college. And one time I did the Battle of Salamis. Now, most artists are very pacifist, and not gonna lie, I get a little bit bloodthirsty sometimes. So huge drawings and paintings of triremes and battle tactics did not go over well. I am more about the naval side of things, so I kind of ignored Thermopylae. Oh yeah, they were doing stuff on land also. I'm more of a Team Athens rather than Sparta person, so this should be interesting. I'm still upset over what they did to Themistocles. I'm not sure what upsets me more. That or the Library of Alexandria burning. Two terrible moments in history. This is not a market substitute, support the original.
The boy was taken from his mother and plunged.
Why is she upset? She's Spartan. Using the space effectively.
Answer the boy.
Gorgeous shot.
Given up for dead, returns to his people, to sacred Sparta.
Faramir. Is that him? It sounds like him. I'm loving how stylized this film is so far with the colors. A lot of slow-mo. Oh, wow. What a shot.
Do not be coy or stupid, Persian. You can afford neither in Sparta.
What makes this woman think she can speak among men?
Because only Spartan women give birth to real men.
Ooh, Cersei.
Choose your next words carefully, Leonidas. They may be your last as king.
We fight. Yeah.
Madman. This is blasphemy. This is madness.
Pretty sure Ares would like it, so I don't think it's blasphemy. I like that he looked to her.
Madness. This is Sparta!
Nice.
Trust the gods, Leonidas.
I'd prefer you trusted your reason.
We will consult the oracle. Sparta will fall.
The king's climb down is harder.
A little annoyed by how they're portraying the religion, especially the oracles, who were extremely wise women. Also, oracles tend to speak in riddles. It was beautiful footage. However, it was so biased because of the narrator and the way they chose to portray it in this film. I'm a little irritated, especially because I do hold the oracles in very high esteem.
Truly, you're in the God King's favor now.
The oracle's words could set fire to all that I love.
So that is why my king loses sleep and is forced from the warmth of his bed?
Then what must a king do to save his world when the very laws he is sworn to protect force him to do nothing?
It's completely usual where if you don't like the first oracle's answer, you go see another oracle. People did it all the time. I feel like he should just go consult a different oracle and hope for a better answer. And then he could be like, oh yeah, that first oracle just really meant this. And we're gonna go anyway. Because clearly this one has been corrupted. If he could only prove it somehow. Which of the gods would you talk to about doing that? Probably Apollo, because he wouldn't want prophecy used in this way. Could he go to Delphi? It would have to be the summertime though, and he said it was August. So I think the oracle was no longer around in August. How late was she there? We could go to the Grove of Dodona. All right, well, we'll see what happens.
The Spartan army must not go to war.
Nor shall it. I've issued no such orders. I'm here, just taking a stroll, stretching my legs. These, 300 men are my personal bodyguard. Our army will stay in Sparta.
Come back with your shield. Or on it.
I like her. Beautiful lighting. The way the shadow went across her face like that.
And you, Arcadian, what is your profession?
Sculptor, sir.
You?
Blacksmith.
Spartans! What is your profession?
You see, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
It has followed us since Sparta.
He's probably going to be the one who betrays them later and brings the Persians around on the, I think it was a shepherd's path. As I said, it's been a long time since I studied this battle. The dust from the army. It got me. I love how they reacted though. Like there was no hesitation, just whoom, right on the shield.
They cannot be killed or defeated.
Yes, they can.
Not this darkness.
It's like Reavers. Yes! Ships! Oh, you're about to get taken out.
Zeus stabs the sky with thunderbolts.
Go Zeus.
And batters the Persian ships with hurricane wind.
Go Poseidon, too. Wow.
Our arrows will blot out the sun.
Then we will fight in the shade.
I love that line. I'm glad they put it in.
It's an old goat path. The Persians could use it to outflank us. I beg you, bold king, to permit me to redeem my father's name.
Fine thrust. Raise your shield as high as you can. Each Spartan protects the man to his left, thigh to neck, with his shield. A single weak spot, and the phalanx shatters.
Is this why he betrays them?
Remember this day, man, for it will be yours for all time.
It's true. I don't think they'll ever be forgotten.
Lay down your weapons!
Not likely. They're basically Mandalorians. As long as the shield wall holds. Sheer numbers, though. Shields will be splintered. Need to advance again. Make up that lost ground. There we go. Oh. Be careful. Don't get too far ahead. I like the shooting style. It's kind of like The Matrix, but more stylized. Get your spear back.
To the cliff!
Oh. This is Sparta. Get your shields up, guys. Anytime now, don't just stand there and stare at it. Come on.
Fight in the shade!
Get those arrows off your shields, though, because they'll unbalance them. Yeah, there you go. Okay, they chose the cavalry this time. Ooh, nice wedge formation. The Romans used to use that as well.
If they assassinate me, all of Sparta goes to war.
That's true.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I love that he's eating an apple. That was hilarious. This has to be Xerxes.
Let us reason
He is
together.
so tall. He's like a
It would be a
gold.
regrettable waste. It would be nothing short of madness for you, brave king, and your valiant troops to perish.
Well, haven't you noticed? We've been sharing our culture with you all morning.
Yours is a fascinating tribe. In the presence of a god, it isn't wise to stand against me, Leonidas.
He's like, Jalkek Nimran.
Jaffa Sholva!
I die free.
The world will know that free men stood against a tyrant, that few stood against many, that even a god king can bleed.
That was beautiful. It's a good idea to be clearing the bodies out, because if they pile up, they'll become advantageous to the enemy.
Xerxes has taken the bait.
Spartans! Push!
Ha ha! Love it. Oh. No. They have a cave troll.
They have a cave troll.
Oh. Careful. Don't get distracted. Come on, Faramir. Oh. Oh. Well, I know he's gonna be okay because he narrates, right? Oh. Oh, oh. Come on, Ares. Seriously?
To our king! Ho! And our honored dead!
How?
Whom will Xerxes dare to send next? Whom?
Our eyes bear witness to the grotesque spectacle coughed forth from the darkest corner of Xerxes' empire.
Too bad it's not elephants. Cersei would be happy.
No elephants, Your Grace.
That's disappointing.
What's your plan? That was all Taiki. Haha. We do get Oliphants.
Xerxes dispatches
There weren't any elephants here, but this is pretty cool.
their clumsy beasts.
Ooh. I'm just so glad that we finally get a movie where they know how to use their shields a little bit. It could be better. They at least realize they're not part of a costume. Like, look at that. Nice shield bash there. So beautiful. That's why you pay attention.
Yes! I want it all! Wealth! Women! And one more thing.
In the end, it was because he didn't value honor. He valued gold and just a happy life, which is fine, but it's not very Spartan. If he had instead ignored orders and just come to help and then proved himself, he would have been accepted, I'm pretty sure, because of his courage and his devotion to honor. In the end, it's not really about what he looks like. It's that he isn't Spartan himself.
I can see it, the two of us standing together. But why would I want to do that? He's broken our laws and left without the council's consent. Leonidas will receive no reinforcements.
I think I know what he's going to ask.
I think you know.
Yeah, we do.
This battle is over, Leonidas. This battle is over when I say it is over. By morning, the Immortals will surround us. The Hot Gates will fall. No retreat. No surrender. That is Spartan law. You will deliver my final orders to the council. Tell them my story. Make every Greek know what happened here. But tonight, we dine in hell!
Well, technically, with Hades, hopefully in Elysium, that was a very strange line.
A bribe of the flesh, gentlemen, while her husband promotes anarchy and war with her inglorious and shabby self.
Yes. Xerxes. I love her. Why are you throwing away your shield? He wants to be light and quick. I see.
His shield was heavy. It threw him off balance. And his target is far away.
Except he survived. And that's what happens when you throw your shields away, guys. Did they all just forget how to fight at the end? Because we had decent battle sequences, and then here they just kind of stood there. Maybe they won't make it to Elysium, I don't know. That was not a good end. They should have fought harder. He's not even trying. Come on. That's not a Spartan end. Sorry. Not just... Not buying it.
Now, here on this rugged patch of earth called Plataea, Xerxes' hordes face
okay. Can we see this battle? I have extraordinarily mixed feelings about this film. On the one hand, it has some of the best battle sequences I've seen that I absolutely adored. I would totally go back and rewatch just those sections. On the other hand, there were two things I did not like. The first I already mentioned probably, which is I didn't like how at the end they just all gave up and stood there instead of just fighting to the last man, which I've always associated this story with. And then secondly, there was a very strong message by the people who crafted this film. I probably didn't show too much of it because I can show very little footage in these reactions. They continually are harping on mysticism versus reason, pitted against each other. And the thing about this era, and I think our current times as well, is that you can have both reason and mysticism. They are not enemies, they can work together. You can be logical and you can also trust the gods at the same time. And they are not clashing. And this just continual sledgehammer level message in this film that you can't trust the gods and it's all about reason, reason, reason. That's what the true freedom is. I get it. I love logic. I'm a former philosophy student, for crying out loud. So thinking things through is incredibly important. I get it. And yes, Greek culture was very much about that. But you don't have to eradicate, make fun of, and degrade the gods in order to do that. We had a corrupt oracle situation, which in itself is horrible. I don't like the writing. My personal religious beliefs are starting to clash with the subject matter, but as a war movie, this was outstanding. But as a story of Thermopylae, sorry, no. And I'm not just talking about the fact that they ignored huge swaths of what was actually done and what the historical data is showing us. I'm not going to even get into the amount of anachronisms going on because this movie was not about historical accuracy. I get that, so I'm not going to dock them on it. I'm more objecting to the philosophy behind the changes. So while, yes, they were defeated by arrows in the end, I highly doubt they went and just let it happen. They should have been coming at it and just getting hit more like Boromir. Okay, yeah. So Faramir's brother, right? That was a decent death by arrows because it was believable. He kept fighting. But these guys... So while I enjoyed parts of this movie, other parts were very disappointing.